Hey, Brendan here. I was going to give a quick run through of the Coldforge Gauntlet. The concept was, how do you build a sort of repeatable arena that you can use at any level with any size party and still have it be engaging even if the players have already tried it. Well, this could be a theme where there's like a competition every year or every month or every day, whatever sort of period you want, where the players can keep entering it. And it's non-lethal, so they're doing their best to win, but if they don't, it's not a huge consequence. This was designed for 4 different tiers of play. So tier 1 is 1st through 4th level. Tier 2 was 5th through 8th level. Tier 3 was 9th through 12th level. And then tier 4 was 13th through 20th. And this would give you sort of all level ranges, with the idea being for some of these encounters that you're not going to win. And that's intentional, with the idea that you will come back and try it again. Since it's non-lethal, and this way this could be a repeatable where players want to come back and try again. And the way that it's designed, you could either do the same party every time that they're facing off against, or it could be a completely different group of enemies that they're challenging. There's 3 different arena challenges: the Mortal Challenge, which is a 3 combat challenge, the Tempest Challenge, a 4 combat challenge, and then the Marauder Challenge, where it's a single all-out against the reigning champs. Think through, there's also 6 different types of competitors. So there are not only 6 different competitors, but there are 5 levels for each of those competitors. So a CR1, a CR2, a CR4, a CR6, and a CR10. And between all of these, you can build a party that would be a good competition for your players. We can jump over to the pre-assembled teams, and there's kind of a table here on how to adjust it based on what the player level is. So we've got direwolves. I used the base direwolf, and then I added the hunter, the reaper, the elder, and the alpha on top. And these would be different versions that you could have for direwolves for this. And there's the rapscallions, which are sort of like rogues. Their special thing is their predators, which allows them to do extra damage to a creature who doesn't have all of their hit points. And then we've got the battle mage front. I added quite a few spells in here. So I put the spells right next to the stat blocks, because it's always bugged the crap out of me when you're trying to run something and it's like, all right, this is the spell you have access to. And then it's like not even in the same book, or it's in a completely different spot in that same book. And now you got to keep flipping back and forth between those. I tried to do my best to make this as easy to use as possible. So if you're running the journeyman, here's all the journeyman spells right here. Same thing for adept, master, etc. Now the cultists, I wanted to expand upon that base version. They all have this blood frenzy, dark devotion, and fiendish blessing. So all 3 stacked together to build out this very thematic sort of feel for these cultists. Same thing, I did golems here, the Crusader branch, where these are all heavily armored creatures and have a diverse set of opponents that they could face. And if you want, there's that random table at the beginning here. Let me just jump back up there. So you could roll here a d6 each time to choose this. And then there's also 6 maps. So if we pull that up, we're looking at let's say you have a party of 4. So you've got the first person, and you can have the players roll to kind of choose their competitors, which was kind of fun. And that was how I was doing when I was playtesting this. So if we have, there's 6 options for player 1. Let's say we're a party of 4 that they're facing off against. So then there's 6 options for player 2, 6 options for player 3, 6 options for player 4. And then there's 6 maps, 7,800 options for just that one fight on that one map. And now if you think like you're going to have 3 of these in a row, because you're going to have the Immortal Challenge with the 3 different challenges there, then we get to multiply that by another 3. We're looking at 23,000 permutations for that setup with the 3 encounters, where, and this is all set up so that like this can be infinitely reused without feeling like it's the same thing over and over again. The way that the dice roll, you'll end up with very different competitors and different feel, and they all have sort of their own niche that they're filling. So you end up with a very customizable sort of feel, where you can obviously manually choose them, but you also just randomly can put together a really cool sort of opposing party for the players to fight. I think the last piece then, I might as well jump down to the maps here. So I used Dungeon Alchemist, which was a kick-ass tool, and they have great map building tools, so I've included these. We have the temple here with some notes on like what you can do to make it a little more interesting than just like a flat arena that's a square and they fight in. And then I've got that 3D perspective if the players want to see like kind of what this looks like. And then we've got the library, Let me tell you, when the players round those bookcases the first time into that giant piece of machinery, it was always very engaging. We've got the platform here with that gap in the middle, which adds a lot of interest, especially for those characters where they're able to jump across, or you're playing a scion and you want to move someone across, pull someone into the gap. We've got the storehouse where the one party starts in the jungle, limited visibility, has no idea where the other party is. The other party's inside, trying to figure out how to find the other party. We've got the ruins with some interesting things that really manipulate where people are on the battlefield. And then we've got the cave, dark, claustrophobic, can be very difficult for parties to close with each other, and then difficult to get away once they have. And so you can also obviously choose which ones of these are best for your particular party's fit. And there's some details on how to kind of run from this to future adventures. So this has been one of my favorite tools that I've built in order to do playtesting, which it was fun playtesting this itself. But then when I want to test out new classes or spells or monsters or whatever, I can easily kind of use this sort of premise to either pull my players into an existing game and drop this in, or just single one shot. Like, works great for both. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.